Oh yeah!
So, The Umbrella Academy is Season 2 on Netflix. I know I'm late to the game, but I've read a couple of screenwriting books, attended a couple of classes, and nothing gets me more excited than well-defined characters. Characters that make some interesting choices. And The Umbrella Academy on Netflix has been getting me really excited about characters since the entire show is really the choices of characters crashing into each other, with a little bit of daddy issues underneath it all. And no episode, in my opinion, better encapsulates this than Season 2, Episode 1, where our family is dropped into 1960s America and we see how they would react. And the screenwriters honestly use one of the most overdone screenwriting techniques in history. Okay, overdone might be a little bit too far, but it is used everywhere. What is this technique? And how'd they use it in Umbrella Season 2 of the show with the people? Well, to find out, why don't you hit that like, smash that subscribe, please hit the bell icon, pretty please, and stay tuned to find out. And itty-bitty spoilers for the first few episodes of Season 2 of The Umbrella Academy, and tiny itty-bitty spoilers for Last of Us Part 2. Very small, we're not going to spoil anything big, but it's just a couple of character moments. So the technique that we're talking about is Save the Cat from the book of the same name by Blake Snyder. The idea is that when you're introducing a character, have them do something that will inform their personality. The example he gives is Aladdin giving some kids some bread. There's also Luke Skywalker whining about how he wants to go to Tashi Station for some power converters, and Neo from The Matrix being late to work. Each of these small choices informs their character for the entire story moving forward. And this is done to a nauseating degree in The Last of Us Part 2 with the character of Abby, where she saved a trapped zebra instead of a cat. And that's not really a bad way to use the technique. It's important to inform that a character is good, but not when that character has already done a lot of things we don't like. The important part is to include this very early on, so we immediately understand this character, not halfway into the game. And in my humble opinion, when it comes to characters, they can't make choices early enough. As soon as they make choices, you start to realize what kind of a character this person is. And so imagine my surprise when in the first 5 minutes of The Umbrella Academy Season 2, we see all of these characters start to make these choices. So let's talk about Episode 1. Every member of the family has been shot through this portal in time and show up in the 1960s at different periods in time before the JFK assassination. But they also have two things working for them, which is their knowledge of the future and their superpowers. So we get to see what each character would do if they were sent back in time with future knowledge and superhuman abilities. And we've all seen Season 1, so now's the time that we can see what our characters would do to grow or regress.
Do they save JFK?
They try. And within the first 5 minutes of Season 2, we see another cool thing from the Save the Cat book, called The Promise of the Premise. This is when you get exactly what the trailer or the poster reveals. Something fun that's gonna happen in the movie. And in my opinion, the trailer should only be Promise of the Premise. Don't go any farther, don't show me plot parts. I hate trailers right now. So within the first 5 minutes, we see 6 of the siblings using powers we've never seen before. Stuff that's even crazier than anything in Season 1, and that gets us really excited for the rest of the season. And I keep saying within the first 5 minutes, because all of this happens before the opening title where we see that mushroom cloud turn into the umbrella, so they really do a lot of stuff within the first couple minutes of the first episode. But that version of the Umbrella Academy didn't have 5 teleport back in time and try to intervene to stop the apocalypse. That's the one where the apocalypse actually happens. So the rest of the season is going to be 5 trying to stop that reality. Oh, Lucas is here.
Ah,
Son of a gun.
God.
Hate him. I hate our good, amazing editor that's so funny and makes all of our stuff look good. Pisses me off. And it's great to use 5 as our point of view character, because we want exactly what he wants, to save the future from the apocalypse. And we don't know what happened to all the other siblings, so we get to follow along as he's discovering what's happening in the past future of the 1960s. So within the next couple minutes, we meet the antagonists, we meet Morty in his weird TV shop, and we move on to hunt down the rest of the family. And we finally see what each of the siblings has been doing since they got back to the 1960s. And aside from their own little Save the Cat moments, we also get another thing from the Save the Cat book called the opening image. And I'm throwing in a bunch of stuff from this book. Go read it. It's really good. It's overused, but really good.
Don't you have a copy right here?
I do.
Where is it?
It's probably covered in water. Leave me alone. Oh yeah, we're back in the studio.
Yeah.
Yay.
The studio's back.
Don't rain again.
Or just rain all you want, but like
have a
actually
roof.
Fix our roof, please.
And the way that we see the siblings is another term from the Save the Cat book. which is called the opening image, which is the first glimpse into the lives of these characters that's going to change throughout the story. And the first character we see is Diego, who was sent to a mental institution because he tried to kill Lee Harvey Oswald before he could kill JFK. And this actually informs his character because literally the psychologist says that he has a hero complex, which we all know from season 1, but he literally like states it out. He's like, do you know what a hero complex is? And Diego's like, yeah, don't worry, I understand. So he tries to Batman it, and that informs what his character's like. He's willing to go to any extent to save JFK, even if that means that he'll end up in an insane asylum.
What if them saving JFK, like...
JFK's the cat.
So the next character that we see is Vanya, and this is really the point where I realize, okay, this is literally Save the Cat, but also that we see that she just wants a normal life. Yeah, she got hit on the noggin and can't remember anything, but she's literally just being a nice person in these people's homes. They're trying to take care of her because she has no idea where she is or what's going on, but she's taking care of Harlan and trying to be a productive member of this family. That's all she really wanted from season 1. The next people we see are Klaus, who looks like a rock star, and Ben, who's just kind of tagging along, because there's probably not too much stuff to do there as a ghost. And they stop by a bar and try to pull a gambit using Klaus's powers, and we realize that this is probably what they've been doing this entire time. And they're the ones that were dropped in here 3 years ago. So we can imagine how many different types of schemes they've been running. And in the next couple episodes, we see they've been scheming a whole lot of people. So it informs the fact that they've been at this for a long time. And that brings us to Allison, who probably has the most that's been going on in her life. She's a civil rights activist, she's married, and she has her voice back. But this brings up an interesting question. Has she been using her powers? I mean, she has a husband. Has she used it on him? It's a little weird when they both start saying the same words at the same time, so in your head you might start thinking that she has. But we find out that they're actually in love, and she hasn't used her powers yet, especially when she has the opportunity when she meets this racist white guy. But we realize that she actually has far more restraint and doesn't use her powers, which is a lot of growth since season 1 when she was using it left and right. And then finally, we see Luther, who's kind of just decided to get by. He started helping the guy who will eventually kill Lee Harvey Oswald, and we realize that he went from being this lawful good character to pretty neutral. And we see an example of that when, after a fight, his opponent comes after him with a knife. Instead of just disarming him, he breaks the guy's arm, which is pretty unnecessary and shows us how his character has grown from really good to kind of doesn't really care. And we see that their decisions are actually a function of how long they've been in the 1960s. Klaus and Ben have had the most amount of time in there, so they're running the biggest gambit. But Diego has had the least amount of time, so he's immediately going for the fact that JFK is going to get assassinated, so hopefully he can help to stop it. And the season 2 premiere perfectly boils it down to the last line of the entire episode, where 5 is begging Luther to cancel the apocalypse, and Luther says,
I don't give a shit.
Please bleep that.
Alan, give me a low gorilla noise right now.
The leader and the most headstrong member of the Umbrella Academy won't help 5, which shows us that 5 has an uphill battle moving forward for the rest of the season. All the characters now have lives in the 1960s. Are they gonna abandon them just to help 5? Well, stay tuned to the rest of the season to find out, you silly. They do it. They answer all the questions I just gave you just now. They do it in a show that you can watch on Netflix for $8.99 a month.
We're not sponsored by Netflix. Netflix is not an affiliate of Frameforge. Frameforge has nothing to do with Netflix. Please sponsor us.
So that's my thoughts on the well-executed nature of the Save the Cat moment, but really the way that we're informed to these characters that have now been living in the 1960s, since the last time we saw them in 2019 when the world was exploding. But what do you think about the Umbrella Academy Season 2? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Did I miss something? Please let us know in the comments. And in the comments, let us know what your favorite part of the Umbrella Academy Season 2 was. Mine was a soundtrack. It was really good. That cover of Bad Guy, that's like a ska cover, was really surprisingly great. So I really enjoyed that, but let us know what you liked of Season 2 in the comments, or Season 1, or any show you like. Please engage with us. I want to hang out with my audience. Please. We've been streaming. We want to know what you like. And follow us on the streams. We're trying to do those more regularly, and they're super fun. And we enjoy talking to you guys. Hi, Lion Games. You're super cool on the stream. Hi, dang it, I wish I knew everybody's names.
What happened to Patrick Tree Smoke?
Dude, Three Smoke Patrick. It's Three Smoke
To
Patrick.
me, he's Tree Smoke Patrick.
It's Tree Smoke Patrick. And if you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. Please consider subscribing and hit the bell icon. We work really hard, and we've been streaming. I already said it. What the f did I even write here? Is there a joke about the 1960s I can say?
And guys, please remember, watch Season 2. It's mind-blowing. Ask JFK.
That's great.
Can you say that?
Lucas, put that in.
JFK had a brain blast.